The air is thick with the scent of vanilla and cinnamon, a perfect backdrop for what I think will be a joyous celebration of my best friend Jake's birthday. As I weave through the crowd in our spacious living room, I can't help but feel grateful for the friends surrounding us, their laughter blending seamlessly with the soft jazz playing in the background. My wife, Lara, with her impeccable taste, has outdone herself decorating the place with shimmering lights and elegant decor. As she flits between guests, her crimson dress swirling around her, she seems the very picture of a gracious hostess. I catch her eye and smile, and she returns it with a nod, a silent communication perfected over our 10 years of marriage. "Everything's perfect, babe," I whisper to her as I pull her close for a brief moment, relishing the familiar scent of her perfume. "Just wait for the gift presentation," Lara whispers back with a mischievous glint in her eye. "I found something special for Jake." Curious, I raise an eyebrow, but she just pats my cheek, her smile secretive. Little do I know, this special gift will unravel the evening in ways I can't imagine. As the clock strikes 9, Lara gathers everyone around. "It's time for gifts," she announces, her voice carrying over the murmur of conversations. The guests form a semicircle around Jake, who's already flushed with pleasure and anticipation. Lara hands me her gift, wrapped in glossy black paper with a silver bow. "Give this to him," she instructs, pushing the package into my hands. I comply, intrigued by the weight and the shape of the parcel. Jake's eyes widen as he takes the gift. "Man, this looks serious," he jokes, tugging at the ribbon. The wrapping falls away to reveal a sleek, black guitar case. The room bursts into applause as he snaps it open, revealing a gleaming, custom-made guitar. It's a beauty, and I see Jake's eyes light up, a rare, genuine moment of surprise. "Wow, Lara, Nick, this is incredible," Jake stammers, clearly overwhelmed. Lara beams. "There's more," she says. "A private session too. Let's check if it's tuned right." She grabs Jake's hand and leads him towards the hallway. The guests chuckle, clapping as they disappear around the corner. I stay back, mingling, assuming they're headed to a quieter spot to try out the guitar. Minutes tick by, and I begin to wonder why they haven't returned. Curiosity piqued, I make my way towards the hallway, only to find it empty. Confused, I hear faint strains of music, not from the party, but muffled, as if from behind a door. I follow the sound, my heart starting to race as I trace it to the bathroom door. I knock. "Lara? Jake?" No answer, just the sound of hurried whispers and the unmistakable tuning of guitar strings. A cold sweat breaks out on my forehead as I pound harder. "Lara?" Still no response. Panic replaces my concern. I throw my weight against the door, which bursts open with a crack. The sight before me freezes me in my tracks. Lara is on her knees, her hands deftly adjusting the tuning pegs of the guitar. Jake stands over her, his expression one of intense focus as he watches her work. The guitar, not what I thought I'd find, is the only instrument in the room. "What the?" My voice cracks, half relief, half lingering shock. Lara looks up, her face flushing red. "Nick! It's not what it. I thought. I heard." I stammer, the adrenaline making it hard to think. Jake puts a hand on my shoulder, his laugh uneasy. "Sleek, black guitar I was just showing her how to tune it properly." The tension slowly ebbs from my shoulders as I take in the scene, a far cry from what my imagination had conjured. Yet, something about Lara's earlier secrecy and the situation gnaws at me. I decide then, whether out of misplaced anger or a need for clarity, that this night will take a different turn, one where secrets come to light, and hidden truths are revealed in front of all. My mind races with plans, not yet formed, but destined to unfold in the most public of ways. As I step back, letting the door swing shut, the seed of revenge plants itself firmly within me, promising to grow as the night progresses. As I rejoin the party, the music and laughter that had seemed so warm and inviting now ring hollow in my ears. I scan the room, my gaze landing on various friends, all oblivious to the turmoil churning inside me. Among the crowd, I spot Rachel and Tom, a couple we've known since college, engaged in a lively discussion by the fireplace. "Nick, you look like you've seen a ghost," Tom says as I approach, clapping me on the back with a hearty laugh. "Just a bit out of sorts, that's all," I reply, forcing a tight smile. The idea of revenge still pulses in my mind, but I need allies if I'm to execute it flawlessly. Rachel, always perceptive, tilts her head, studying me. "Everything okay with Lara?" Before I can answer, the music dips, and Lara re-enters the room with Jake, both laughing as they recount their impromptu guitar tuning session to a group nearby. Their ease irks me, fueling my resolve. "Actually," I start, leaning in closer to Tom and Rachel, lowering my voice, "I could use your help with a little game." Tom's eyebrows shoot up, intrigued. "What kind of game?" "It's a surprise for the birthday boy, and for Lara," I say, the idea forming as I speak. "A sort of scavenger hunt. But with a twist." Rachel's interest is piqued. "Go on." We set up some surprises around the house, clues leading to a final reveal. Everyone loves a bit of drama, right? I suggest, watching their reactions closely. Tom laughs, clapping his hands together. "Count us in." "What's the first step?" Grateful for their enthusiasm, I quickly outline the plan. We need to create some clues that lead to different parts of the house, each one revealing a little more about our esteemed hosts. As they nod eagerly, I pull them aside to a quieter corner, detailing the first clue. Let's start in the study. Jake keeps his old music albums there, and I remember Lara mentioning how much she hates one of his rare punk rock records. It'll be our first gift. We sneak away to the study, a small room crammed with bookshelves and memorabilia. I watch as Tom hides the clue beneath a stack of vinyls, a note poking out just enough to be noticed. Meanwhile, Rachel scribbles another note, her handwriting a dramatic flourish. "What should this one say?" she whispers. "Make it cryptic." Something like, "The strings of the past can play more than just music," I suggest, my mind racing with the implications. As we set the stage, my phone vibrates. It's a text from Lara, asking where I disappeared to. I reply with a vague, "Just making sure Jake's birthday is unforgettable," and slip the phone back into my pocket. Rejoining the party, I subtly direct the guests' attention to the study. "Jake's got a surprise waiting in there," I announce casually, watching as he leads a curious group toward the room. Tom, Rachel, and I exchange knowing glances. The game has begun, and with each clue, I plan to weave a narrative so compelling that by the end of the night, Lara and Jake's facade will crumble publicly. As laughter and chatter swell around me, I can't help but feel a pang of guilt for turning what should have been a festive occasion into a stage for revenge. But then I see Lara laughing, her head thrown back with careless abandon, and my resolve hardens. Tonight, the truth will out, and I will have my reckoning. The party buzzes with excitement as guests begin to trickle into the study, drawn by the mystery of the scavenger hunt. The dim light from the antique desk lamp casts shadows on their faces, adding an air of intrigue. I stand at the doorway, watching intently as Jake reaches for the stack of vinyl records. "What's this?" Jake pulls out the note tucked between the albums, his curiosity piqued. The room quiets, all eyes on him as he reads aloud, "The strings of the past can play more than just music." What's that supposed to mean? Laughter ripples through the crowd, but Lara's laugh is a beat too late, her smile strained. I feel a thrill of victory, she's unsettled, and I savor the moment. Maybe it's about old memories, or old secrets. Rachel teases, playing her part perfectly. "Let's find out," Tom declares, leading the charge to the next clue. The guests follow, a wave of eager detectives. Lara sidles up next to me, her expression unreadable. "You're enjoying this a bit too much," she whispers. Just trying to liven up the party, I respond with a shrug, keeping my voice light. The group moves to the living room where the next clue waits, hidden beneath a cushion on the sofa. A guest lets out a small yelp of delight as she discovers it, holding up another cryptic note. Harmony is not always a part of music. "This is getting spooky." Sounds like a personal message, another guest chimes in, laughter mingling with the confusion. I watch Lara closely, her discomfort is palpable now, her eyes darting around the room as if seeking an escape. Jake seems oblivious, caught up in the fun of the hunt, his laughter booming over the murmurs. The third clue leads everyone to the backyard, where a string of fairy lights illuminates a small table set with old photo albums. The photos are a mix of recent and old, some showing Jake and Lara in happier times. As the pages turn, the atmosphere shifts, the air charged with unspoken questions. "Look at this," exclaims a guest, pointing to a photo of Jake and Lara looking unusually close, taken long before she and I had met. Murmurs fill the air, and I can tell that the seeds of doubt are planting themselves in the minds of our friends. "Why haven't we seen these before, Nick?" someone asks, turning to me with genuine curiosity. "Just found them recently," I lie smoothly. Memories, right? Sometimes sweet, sometimes not. As the final clue is found taped to the back of one of the frames, I announce, "The last one." It reads, "The truest tunes are played on the strings of the heart." The crowd collectively sighs, some nodding in understanding while others seem puzzled. The hunt has brought us full circle back to the living room where we started. Time for the big reveal, I suppose? Jake laughs, clapping his hands, unaware of the tension crackling. "Yes, the big reveal," I echo, my voice louder than necessary. I turn to Lara, who looks at me with a mix of fear and defiance. "Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the hunt," I begin, my heart pounding in my chest. These clues weren't just for fun. They were to show that sometimes, what we think we know about people, about our closest friends, might not be the whole story. The room falls silent, every eye fixed on me, then on Lara, then back to me. The festive mood has turned to one of suspense, the air thick with anticipation and dread. "Sometimes," I continue, my voice steady despite the tremor I feel inside, "the best-kept secrets are hidden in plain sight, aren't they, Lara?" The implication hangs heavy in the air. Lara's face goes pale, her lips part as if to speak, but no words come out. Beside her, Jake looks from her to me, confusion turning to suspicion. As I stand there, the master of ceremonies of my own grim game, I wonder momentarily if the truth, however it unfolds tonight, will set any of us free, or merely shatter the delicate harmony we've all taken for granted. The silence in the room is palpable, broken only by the faint crackling of the fire. Every eye is fixed on Lara, who stands motionless, her expression a mix of fear and resolve. Jake shifts uncomfortably beside her, his eyes darting between us, trying to piece together the evening's events. "Nick, what is this?" Jake finally demands, his voice a mix of anger and confusion. Before I can respond, Lara steps forward. "It's time," she says quietly, her voice steady despite the tension. She turns to face the room, her eye scanning the crowd of puzzled friends. "This was supposed to be a celebration, a simple birthday party," she begins, her voice gaining strength. "But Nick has turned it into something else." She pauses, taking a deep breath. "There are indeed secrets, not just mine, but ours," she says, gesturing to me. The room erupts in murmurs, the guests exchanging shocked glances. "Lara, what are you talking about?" I interject, feeling a knot tighten in my stomach. "I'm talking about the truth, Nick. About us. About what we've become," Lara replies, her eyes now fixed on me. Her gaze is unwavering, and in it, I see a challenge. She turns back to the guests. "Nick thought I was having an affair with Jake," she reveals, and a collective gasp fills the room. Jake looks at me, betrayal written all over his face. "But that's not true," Lara continues quickly. "I've been planning a surprise for Nick, with Jake's help. It was supposed to be the grand finale tonight, a celebration of our anniversary next week, something to bring us all closer together, to reignite the spark that I felt was dimming." The room is silent again, everyone hanging on her words. "I locked ourselves in that bathroom not to betray my husband, but to hide the final parts of your gift, Nick," she explains, her voice trembling slightly. "The guitar was just a part of it. There's more." Jake, recovering from his initial shock, nods in agreement. "It's true," man. We wanted to surprise you. That's all it was. I stand frozen, the impact of her words hitting me like a tidal wave. Guilt, shame, and a profound sense of regret wash over me. I had let my insecurities and suspicions cloud my judgment, twist my perception of reality. Nick, I thought you trusted me, Lara whispers, her disappointment clear. The room is still as everyone waits for my response. I feel their eyes on me, judging, questioning. I take a step toward Lara, my heart heavy. Lara, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I let my fears and doubts get the best of me, I stammer, my voice barely a whisper. Lara nods slowly, the hurt still visible in her eyes, but there is also a glimmer of something else, hope, perhaps. Let's talk, she says simply, extending her hand to me. Privately. We leave the room, walking into the cool night air. The party behind us resumes slowly, the music a soft backdrop to a difficult conversation that awaits. As we walk, I realize how far I've strayed from the man Lara married. Tonight was supposed to be about celebration and joy, not distrust and accusations. The road to rebuilding trust will be long and fraught with challenges, but as I take Lara's hand, I feel the first stirrings of hope. Let's start anew, Lara. A true fresh start, I say as we stop under the starlit sky. She nods, squeezing my hand. Yes, a new beginning. Together. Back inside, the party continues, lighter now, the air cleared. Rachel and Tom, still at the helm, ensure the evening ends on a high note. As I watch from a distance, grateful for their support, I vow to mend the bonds I almost broke, to cherish the love I nearly lost over unfounded fears. Tonight, I learned that the heartstrings are delicate and must be handled with care. My revenge, born of misunderstanding, turned into a night of revelations, and thankfully, a chance for redemption.